Welcome to Learning Life Content. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories. Picture, if you will, the very first light of humanity's existence, an era shrouded in mystery, long before the written word, the wheel, or even the faintest glimmer of civilization as we know it. Our distant ancestors, emerging from the mists of prehistory, greeted each new dawn with a mixture of awe and trepidation. The world they inhabited was both breathtakingly beautiful and fraught with danger at every turn. Survival in those primordial days was not a matter of brute force alone. No, it was the flicker of ingenuity, the subtle spark of creativity, that truly set our forebears apart from the countless other creatures roaming the ancient savannah. Early humans, you see, were far more than mere hunters or gatherers eking out a meagre existence. They were, in a very real sense, the world's first engineers and inventors, driven by necessity, yes, but also by a restless curiosity to shape and master their environment. With every careful flake struck from a nondescript stone, they devised new and ingenious ways to hunt, to build, and to endure. Archaeological evidence, painstakingly unearthed from the Earth's embrace, reveals that even as far back as 2.5 million years ago, our ancestors were already fashioning tools with astonishing skill and deliberate intention. The Oldowan chopper, for instance, is not merely a rock but a testament to the dawn of human craftsmanship, its edges meticulously chipped to create a versatile implement for cutting, smashing and scraping. Imagine, if you can, the profound moment when a human, perhaps a young woman, or an elder of the clan, picked up a jagged stone and discovered its ability to slice through tough animal hide, or when a simple stick was sharpened into a deadly spear, forever changing the odds in the eternal struggle for survival. These seemingly humble objects, sharpened stones, pointed sticks, were in truth the earliest sparks of innovation. They ignited a chain reaction of invention and adaptation that would echo through the ages, shaping the very destiny of our species. The Oldowan chopper, dating back nearly 2.6 million years, marks the first known instance of intentional tool-making, a leap of intellect that set us on the path to civilization. It is remarkable to consider that these tools were not only functional, but also passed down through generations, each new hand refining and perfecting the design. The very fabric of society, quite literally, was woven with these early inventions. Consider the bone needle, a marvel of Paleolithic ingenuity, used to stitch together animal hides and create garments that shielded our ancestors from the biting cold of the Ice Age. Without such tools, the migration into harsher climates would have been unthinkable. The development of scrapers, awls and axes not only made daily life more manageable, but also laid the foundation for the emergence of art, culture and community. Cave paintings, some over 30,000 years old, bear witness to the creative spirit that flourished alongside these practical innovations. The act of making tools became in itself a form of expression, a bridge between necessity and imagination. In our own time, archaeologists, those tireless detectives of the distant past, unearth these relics and marvel at their ingenuity. The hand axe, for example, is a masterpiece of design so effective and versatile that its basic form remained unchanged for over 1 million years. Imagine that, a tool so perfectly suited to its purpose that it needed no improvement for countless generations. Many of the implements we rely on today, from the humble kitchen knife to the sturdy hammer, are direct descendants of these Paleolithic innovations. The echoes of ancient genius resonate in every corner of our modern world. As we embark upon this journey through time, we shall explore 10 remarkable tools from the Paleolithic age. Tools whose legacy endures in the objects we use every day, often without a second thought. Prepare to see the familiar transformed as we uncover the ancient genius hidden within the mundane. The story of human innovation begins here, at the dawn of ingenuity, where every tool tells a tale of survival, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of progress. So, settle in, dear viewer, and let us peer back through the mists of time to discover the roots of our own resourcefulness. Let us journey back to the very dawn of human ingenuity, where the spark of invention was ignited by a single sharp edge. Picture, if you will, a world untamed and wild, where necessity was the mother of all invention, and survival itself demanded not only courage but a remarkable creativity. It was in this crucible of challenge that the humble stone knife was born, a tool that would shape the destiny of our species. Our ancestors, with keen eyes and patient hands, selected stones such as flint, obsidian and chert, each chosen for its unique properties. Flint, with its glassy fracture, could be shaped into razor-sharp edges. Obsidian volcanic glass was so sharp that even today surgeons sometimes use obsidian scalpels for their precision. Chert, abundant and durable, was a reliable companion in the harshest of environments. With these stones, early humans crafted knives that became the very key to their survival, unlocking new realms of possibility, from hunting and butchering game to preparing food and even defending themselves against predators and rivals. The art of knapping, as it is known, was no mere act of brute force. Each strike of the hammerstone was deliberate, calculated, and informed by a deep understanding of the stone's structure. The process required immense patience and dexterity, for a single misjudged blow could shatter hours of painstaking work. Archaeologists have found evidence of sophisticated knapping techniques dating back over 2 million years. A testament to the skill and intelligence of our distant forebears. With these early knives, our ancestors were able to butcher animals with remarkable efficiency, carve wood for shelter and tools, and scrape hides for clothing and shelter. The stone knife was not merely a tool but a gateway to new forms of creativity and craftsmanship. It enabled the making of spears, arrows, and even the first musical instruments, flutes carved from bone, perhaps played around ancient fires. Cast your gaze upon a modern kitchen, and you will see the direct descendant of those first flint blades, the chef's knife, honed to a gleaming edge. Its design, with its balance and precision, echoes the ancient need for efficiency and control. In fact, the very word knife comes from the Old Norse knifar, a nod to the tool's enduring presence across cultures and centuries. The primal need for a sharp edge is as old as hunger itself. Across continents and epochs, the knife has remained a symbol of resourcefulness, adaptability, and survival. In some cultures, knives were so valued that they were buried with their owners, believed to serve them in the afterlife. Today, the legacy of the stone blade endures in countless professions. The surgeon's scalpel capable of incising with microscopic precision, and the artist's craft knife shaping delicate works of beauty, both owe their existence to the innovations of our Paleolithic ancestors. Even the humble pocket knife, carried by millions, is a modern echo of this ancient tool. Over millennia, the materials have changed. Stone gave way to bronze, then iron, then steel, and now even ceramics. Yet the core concept remains unchanged, the pursuit of a sharper, more reliable edge. The evolution of the knife is a chronicle of human progress, each innovation building upon the last. Every time we slice a loaf of bread, open a package, or prepare a meal, we are participating in a ritual that stretches back millions of years. The simple act of cutting connects us in a quiet and profound way to a lineage of hands that shaped the world with stone and determination. The knife is far more than a mere implement. It is a direct link to our ancestors. It carries within its blade the memory of their struggles, their triumphs, and the rhythms of their daily lives. Each cut is a whisper from the past, a reminder of the ingenuity that allowed us to thrive. Behold the evolution of the knife from rough-hewn stone to gleaming steel, each iteration a reflection of the era that forged it. It is a piece of the Paleolithic, refined and perfected over countless generations, still serving us faithfully in the modern world. The story of the knife is, in many ways, the story of humanity itself. So, the next time you hold a knife, be it in the kitchen, the workshop, or the field, pause for a moment, reflect on its journey through the ages. Imagine the countless hands that shaped it, the lives it changed, and the worlds it opened. It is a silent survivor of a bygone age, still sharp, still essential, a testament to the boundless ingenuity of humankind and our timeless quest for survival and mastery over the world around us. Long before the glint of sharpened blades or the clang of metal upon stone, there existed a force that both terrified and fascinated our ancient ancestors: fire. In those primordial days, fire was a wild, untamed element, its flickering tongues both a harbinger of destruction and a beacon of hope. To the early humans, it was a living thing, unpredictable and capricious, yet it offered the tantalizing promise of warmth, safety, and transformation to those bold enough to attempt its mastery. The earliest fire starters were ingenious, employing methods such as the hand drill, twirling a slender stick against a wooden base to generate friction and heat, or striking flint against pyrite to produce a shower of precious sparks. This was no simple feat. It demanded patience, dexterity, and an intimate knowledge of the natural world. The right tinder, perhaps dried grass, fungus, or even the downy fibres of certain plants, was essential to coax a fragile ember into a life-giving flame. With the birth of that first ember, everything changed. Suddenly, there was warmth to stave off the bitter cold of the night, a glowing barrier against prowling predators, and perhaps most importantly, the means to cook food. This was a revolution. Raw meat and tough roots could now be transformed into nourishing, digestible meals, unlocking nutrients that fueled the growth of our brains and bodies. Cooking, you see, was not merely a matter of taste. The application of heat broke down toxins and tough fibers, making food safer and more palatable. Some scientists even suggest that the advent of cooked food was a pivotal moment in human evolution, allowing our ancestors to spend less time chewing and more time thinking, socializing, and innovating. The fire became the centerpiece of daily life, a place where stories were shared and bonds were forged. Around the communal fire, language blossomed, traditions took root, and the seeds of culture were sown. The fire was not merely a tool, but the very heart of the community, a gathering place for storytelling, teaching, and the passing down of hard-won knowledge from one generation to the next. Fast forward to the present day, and the act of creating fire has become almost trivial. A simple flick of the wrist, a match struck or a lighter clicked, and we summon flame at will. Yet the underlying principle remains unchanged. A chemical reaction, the rapid oxidation of fuel, just as our ancestors discovered millennia ago. Today, fire is harnessed on a scale our forebears could scarcely imagine. It powers the furnaces that forge our steel, the engines that propel our vehicles, and the turbines that generate electricity for entire cities. Controlled fire is the invisible engine behind much of modern civilization, driving progress, industry, and innovation. The internal combustion engine, for example, is a marvel of engineering, a modern hearth, if you will, transforming the explosive energy of burning fuel into movement, light, and warmth for billions of people across the globe. Even the humble fireplace in a family home is a direct descendant of those ancient campfires. Each time we ignite a gas stove, light a candle, or celebrate a birthday with a ring of flickering flames, we are participating in a tradition that stretches back to the dawn of humanity. Every spark is a tribute to the ingenuity and perseverance of those first firemakers. The journey from the first tentative sparks in a darkened cave to the controlled blaze of modern technology is a tale of relentless curiosity and adaptation. It is a testament to our species' unyielding drive to understand, to innovate, and to shape the world around us. Even now, fire remains a force of creation and transformation. It forges the steel that builds our cities, illuminates the night with electric light, and fuels our dreams of the future. The mastery of fire is, in many ways, the story of civilization itself. The spark that once flickered in a Paleolithic hearth has never truly gone out. It is the unbroken chain that links us to our distant ancestors, a living symbol of human resilience, creativity, and the eternal quest for mastery over the elements. Each flame, whether in the darkness of a cave or the glow of a modern torch, is a reminder of our enduring connection to the past, a symbol of our ability to adapt, survive, and thrive against the odds. And so, fire remains the eternal thread woven through the fabric of human progress, illuminating our journey from the shadows of prehistory to the dazzling lights of the modern world, ever lighting the way forward. In the vast and perilous wilderness of prehistory, the hunt was not merely a test of courage, but a crucible of ingenuity and adaptation. Early humans, confronted by formidable beasts and the relentless demands of survival, found that raw bravery alone was insufficient. It was the spark of invention, the ability to craft and wield tools that truly set our ancestors apart from the rest of the animal kingdom. The humble spear, at its core, a sharpened stick, was a marvel of simplicity and effectiveness. By extending the reach of the human arm, it allowed hunters to keep a safe distance from dangerous prey, beasts such as mammoths, aurochs, and even the fearsome cave bear. This innovation not only increased the odds of a successful hunt, but also reduced the risk of injury, a crucial advantage in a world without modern medicine. The addition of a carefully knapped stone point, lashed securely to the shaft with sinew or plant fibres, marked a profound leap in both cognitive ability and craftsmanship. This seemingly modest improvement transformed the spear into a far deadlier implement, capable of piercing thick hides and delivering lethal blows. Archaeological evidence suggests that such composite spears date back at least 400,000 years, a testament to the enduring ingenuity of our ancestors. The invention of the spear thrower, or atlatl, was nothing short of revolutionary. This ingenious device, essentially a lever that increased the velocity and range of a thrown spear, ushered in the dawn of true ballistics. With the atlatl, hunters could launch projectiles with remarkable force and accuracy, striking prey from distances previously unimaginable. Some atlatl-thrown darts could travel over 100 meters, a staggering feat for the time. The arrow, a slender and nimble descendant of the spear, followed similar principles but with its own unique advantages. Fitted with finely crafted stone or bone points, arrows could be launched in rapid succession from a bow, allowing for both greater speed and precision. The earliest evidence of bow and arrow technology dates back over 60,000 years, and these tools quickly became indispensable for hunting smaller, swifter game. Even in our modern era, the echoes of these ancient innovations persist. The javelin, hurled with grace and power in Olympic stadiums, and the archer's bow, drawn taut in competition, both pay homage to the timeless mechanics first discovered by our distant forebears. The fundamental principles, leverage, aerodynamics and precision, remain unchanged, a testament to their enduring brilliance. Today, the spear and arrow have found new life in the realms of sport, survival, and even military technology. Modern materials such as carbon fiber and titanium have replaced wood and stone, yet the essential forms and functions remain strikingly familiar. In fact, specialized spears and arrows are still used by indigenous peoples around the world, a living link to our shared heritage. These tools embody humanity's age-old desire to project force and influence across distance, a drive that has shaped not only our hunting strategies but also our approach to warfare, exploration and even communication. The spear and arrow are, in essence, extensions of the human will, carrying our intentions far beyond the reach of our own hands. From the windswept plains of the Ice Age to the grand arenas of the Olympic Games, the logic and elegance of these tools have endured. The same spark of creativity that inspired their invention continues to drive innovation in countless fields today. More than mere implements of the hunt or the battlefield, spears and arrows have become enduring symbols of human ambition and resourcefulness. They tell a story of adaptation, perseverance, and the relentless quest to overcome obstacles and reach ever further. The spear and the arrow, ancient tools, timeless ideas, remain forever entwined with the indomitable spirit of human innovation. Their legacy is not merely one of survival, but of progress, imagination, and the enduring power of the human mind. Picture, if you will, our ancient ancestors braving the relentless chill of the Ice Age, their very survival hinging upon their ingenuity. As they ventured into unforgiving, frost-bitten landscapes, the need for more than mere animal pelts became apparent. It was not enough to simply drape hides over their shoulders. No, they required garments tailored to fit, to seal in precious warmth and shield them from the biting wind. Enter the bone needle, a marvel of prehistoric craftsmanship. Fashioned with remarkable precision from the bones of large mammals, these needles often featured a carefully drilled eye, a testament to the dexterity and patience of their makers. Archaeologists have unearthed such needles dating back over 40,000 years, some so finely made they rival the delicacy of modern tools. With these slender implements, early humans could pierce tough hides and sinew, stitching them together with plant fibers or animal tendons. This innovation allowed for the creation of fitted clothing, trousers, tunics and hoods, garments that hugged the body and trapped vital warmth, transforming mere survival into a more comfortable existence. Thus began the story of textiles. The humble bone needle laid the very foundation for clothing technology, paving the way for weaving, embroidery, and the rich tapestry of human adornment that would follow through the ages. Remarkably, if you compare a modern steel sewing needle to its ancient bone counterpart, you'll find the design has changed little over millennia. The slender shaft, the pointed tip, the eye for threading. These features remain almost identical, a rare example of technological perfection achieved in prehistory. Whether in the hands of a Parisian couturier delicately hand-stitching silk, or in the relentless rhythm of industrial machines churning out garments by the thousand, the essential act, joining fabric with needle and thread, remains unchanged, a direct inheritance from our distant ancestors. Every stitch in the clothes we wear today, every seam and hem, owes its existence to that first ingenious leap, the crafting of the bone needle. The needle in all its forms stands as a symbol of protection against the elements of human craftsmanship and of boundless creativity. It is both a tool and a testament to our species' resourcefulness. The unbroken thread of the needle's legacy stretches from the hands of Ice Age hunters crouched by flickering firelight to the bustling ateliers and factories of the modern world, a silent witness to the evolution of human society. So let us not overlook this tiny tool, for it quite literally stitched together the fabric of our future, one careful, ingenious stitch at a time. Deep within the shadowy recesses of ancient caves, our distant ancestors embarked upon a most remarkable endeavour, not merely to survive, but to capture memory, meaning, and the very essence of their world upon stone. With mineral pigments painstakingly ground from ochre, charcoal and manganese, they conjured vivid images of bison, horses and deer, transforming cold, unyielding cave walls into the world's very first canvases, some dating back over 30,000 years. These were not mere doodles, but works of astonishing skill and keen observation. Artists cleverly used the natural bulges and contours of the rock to give their subjects a sense of movement and depth, while employing ingenious spray techniques, blowing pigment through hollow bones, to create haunting hand stencils and subtle shading. Here, in flickering torchlight, was born the art of visual storytelling, recording not only the hunt but also beliefs, rituals and dreams. Some symbols remain mysterious to this day, their meanings lost in the mists of time. In our modern age, the tradition endures. Murals burst forth on city walls, street artists wield spray cans with deft hands, and digital creators sketch vibrant worlds upon glowing tablets, echoing the creative impulse of our forebears. The implements may have evolved from primitive brushes of animal hair and hollow bones to sleek styluses and digital screens. But the urge to communicate visually, to share stories and ideas, remains as powerful as ever. Indeed, cave paintings are the wellspring from which all visual art flows, a lineage stretching from the walls of Lascaux and Altamira to the masterpieces of Da Vinci, Van Gogh and beyond. From the first humble galleries hewn in stone to the grand halls of modern museums and the infinite expanse of digital screens, the conversation between artist and audience continues unbroken across millennia. We have always been artists, storytellers and dreamers, bound together by the timeless desire to leave our mark, to share our visions, and to echo the past in every stroke. Long, long before the rise of bustling cities or the written word, our ancient ancestors, resourceful and ever curious, sought to adorn themselves with the treasures of the natural world. Shells plucked from distant shores, the teeth of mighty beasts, and fragments of bone shaped by patient hands. These early ornaments, painstakingly carved and strung together, were far more than mere decoration. They served as powerful symbols of identity, status, and belonging within the tribe. Some pendants, for instance, were believed to mark rites of passage or achievements in the hunt, while others may have denoted spiritual or shamanic roles. The sourcing of rare materials, such as Mediterranean shells found hundreds of miles inland, reveals a fascinating web of prehistoric trade and travel. Predator teeth, often worn as amulets, were thought to bestow strength or protection upon the wearer, a tradition echoed in many cultures even today. Each piece of adornment was a statement, a silent language of power, connection, and aspiration. Across continents and millennia, the urge to decorate oneself has remained a constant. Today's jewellery, pearls, gold and gemstones, can be traced directly to these ancient beginnings. The materials may have changed, but the impulse is the same. To mark life's milestones, to express personal style, and to communicate one's place in the world. Consider the diamond ring, the gold watch, or the string of pearls, each a modern heir to the ancient shell necklace or tooth pendant. The act of setting gemstones, of crafting intricate designs, is a tradition that has evolved over tens of thousands of years, reflecting both technological advances and shifting cultural values. Through adornment, we carry memories. Wedding rings passed down through generations, necklaces worn at graduations, or the crown jewels that symbolize entire nations. The impulse to decorate and define ourselves is indeed universal and timeless. From the humble shell necklace to the dazzling regalia of royalty, the thread of adornment remains unbroken. Personal adornment is an ancient expression with a modern legacy, a glittering testament to our shared humanity, our creativity, and our enduring desire to tell our stories through the things we wear. The very first jewelers, with their simple tools and boundless imagination, began a tradition that to this day continues to shine ever brighter. In the heart of the ancient wilderness, where the wind whispered through the trees and the calls of distant creatures echoed across the land, our Paleolithic ancestors found inspiration not only in survival, but in the very sounds of nature itself. It was here, amidst the rustling leaves and crackling fires, that the first deliberate notes of music were born, structured, intentional, and imbued with a power that would shape humanity for millennia. The oldest known musical instruments, such as bone flutes carefully carved with finger holes, date back over 40,000 years. These remarkable artifacts, discovered in caves across Europe, reveal a sophisticated understanding of acoustics and craftsmanship. Imagine, if you will, a flute fashioned from the wing bone of a vulture, its hollow form transformed into a vessel for melody. Gathered around flickering campfires, our ancestors played these instruments, their music weaving through the night air. Such gatherings were not mere entertainment. Music served to bond communities, mark sacred rituals, and stir the deepest of emotions. The shared rhythms and melodies became a language of the soul, transcending words. Percussion instruments, animal skin drums, stones struck together, and the simple act of clapping provided rhythm and structure. These primal beats coordinated group activities from hunting to celebration and could even induce trance-like states, connecting individuals to each other and to the mysteries of the world beyond. The very act of crafting an instrument from bone, wood or reed required abstract thought, patience and creativity. Each flute or drum was a testament to the maker's ingenuity, a bridge between the tangible world and the realm of imagination and spirit. Today, every woodwind instrument, every drumbeat and every song performed on grand stages or in humble homes can trace its lineage back to these ancient beginnings. The orchestra's symphony and the singer's ballad are echoes of those first tentative notes played by firelight. Modern technology, from synthesizers to digital turntables, has vastly expanded music's reach and complexity. Yet the fundamental purpose of music remains unchanged: to move us, to unite us, and to give voice to our innermost feelings, just as it did for our distant ancestors. The discovery of the first bone flute marked the dawn of humanity's universal soundtrack, a melody that has never ceased, but only grown richer with time. Music, my dear friends, is like an ancient river, its source lost in the mists of prehistory, yet its waters still flowing strong, carrying the songs of countless generations to the present day. Shelter, my dear friends, is not merely a necessity. It is the very cradle of civilization itself. From the earliest days, our ancestors sought not just to survive, but to thrive, transforming the act of building a home into a true art form. When the welcoming embrace of a cave was nowhere to be found, these ingenious souls constructed remarkable dwellings from whatever nature provided: branches, animal hides, and, most impressively, the colossal bones of mammoths. Imagine, if you will, entire huts fashioned from the very skeletons of these Ice Age giants, their curved tusks arching overhead like the ribs of some ancient cathedral. Such shelters were not haphazard piles, but carefully engineered structures. Early humans demonstrated a keen understanding of their environment, selecting materials for strength and insulation, orienting entrances away from biting winds, and even layering hides for warmth. Archaeologists today marvel at the sophistication of these ancient building techniques, which reveal a surprising mastery of both design and practicality. The very principles they pioneered, robust frameworks, clever insulation and thoughtful orientation, remain at the heart of modern architecture. Whether it's a humble cottage or a grand palace, the echoes of Paleolithic wisdom still guide the hands of today's builders. Consider for a moment the dizzying heights of our skyscrapers, the sprawling comfort of suburban homes, or the ingenious eco-friendly designs of the present day. All these marvels in their own way pay homage to the ancient solutions devised by our resourceful forebears. The central hearth, once the beating heart of a Paleolithic shelter, has evolved into the modern living room, a place of warmth, gathering and storytelling. The flicker of firelight has become the glow of the electric lamp, but the spirit of togetherness endures. Whether huddled in a tent beneath the stars or nestled in a sturdy house during a storm, the human longing for refuge and family space is as old as time itself, a thread that binds us to those who came before. And so, Every building, be it a simple hut or a towering edifice, rests upon the legacy of the very first human architects, whose ingenuity quite literally laid the foundations for all that followed. Throughout the long and winding corridors of human history, some tools have been crafted for the most delicate of tasks, requiring the gentlest touch and the steadiest of hands, while others have been forged for sheer, unyielding force, capable of shaping the very world around us. The hammerstone, my dear friends, is most assuredly the latter, a true champion of brute strength and practical ingenuity. Imagine, if you will, a simple, dense cobble, unremarkable at first glance, yet in the hands of our ancient ancestors it became a key to survival. With a well-aimed strike, the hammerstone could shape flint into razor-sharp blades, break apart stubborn materials, and unlock the hidden potential of the natural world. Flint knapping, the ancient art of crafting tools by striking stone against stone, owes its very existence to the humble hammerstone. It was used to crack open the hardest of nuts, to shatter animal bones for their precious marrow, and to grind ochre pigments for the earliest forms of artistic expression, each task a testament to its remarkable versatility. Archaeologists have unearthed hammerstones on every inhabited continent, revealing their indispensable role in the daily lives of early humans. These stones were not only tools, but also symbols of adaptability and resourcefulness. Fast forward to the present day, and you'll find the descendants of the hammerstone everywhere, from the humble claw hammer in your toolbox to the mighty industrial pile driver shaping the skylines of our cities. Even the jeweller's delicate mallet and the carpenter's trusty hammer owe their lineage to this ancient innovation. The underlying principle remains unchanged through the ages: the application of controlled force to bring about transformation. Whether forging iron in a blacksmith's fire or splitting flint on a windswept plain, the hammerstone's legacy endures. In truth, the hammerstone marked the dawn of manufacturing and construction. Every nail driven into timber, every sculpture painstakingly carved from stone, channels the spirit of those first purposeful strikes. It is quite literally the heartbeat of human industry, echoing through the millennia, from the earliest days of our species to the bustling factories and soaring cities of today. The simplest of tools, yet perhaps the one with the greatest and most enduring impact. Ah, the grinding stone, a marvel of human ingenuity and a true turning point in our ancient story. When our Paleolithic ancestors first began to process plant foods, it marked a profound shift in survival and society. Enter the humble yet revolutionary grinding stone. The quern and muller, simple yet effective, allowed early humans to crush tough seeds and grains into nourishing flour. This not only unlocked vital nutrition hidden within hard husks, but also made it possible to store food for leaner times, a true leap forward in food security. Archaeological discoveries reveal that grinding stones were present in some of the earliest farming villages, dating back over 10,000 years. These simple tools paved the way for the dawn of agriculture, enabling our ancestors to settle, cultivate the land, and build the first permanent communities. In essence, grinding stones were the world's very first food processors. They transformed not only diets, making grains, nuts and seeds edible and palatable, but also the very fabric of society. laying the groundwork for complex civilizations. Even today, the principle remains unchanged. Whether it's a mortar and pestle in a chef's hands, a manual coffee grinder on a breakfast table, or the whirring blades of an electric mill, we're still harnessing the same age-old technique perfected by our ancestors. The ability to process grain has supported the rise of civilizations, from the granaries of ancient villages to the sprawling cities of today. Modern flour mills, with their intricate rollers and sifters, are but the latest chapter in a story that began with a simple stone. Every loaf of bread, every slice on your table, carries the legacy of the grinding stone. The journey from wild wheat to warm, fragrant bread is a testament to this ancient tool's enduring impact. So let us not overlook the grinding stone, a humble implement, yet truly the engine of civilization, quietly shaping the course of human history through the ages. History, my dear friends, is never truly lost. Rather, it is ceaselessly reinvented, woven anew with each passing generation. The echoes of our distant ancestors still resonate in the very tools we grasp today. Consider, if you will, the humble implements of early humans. These are not mere relics, but living elements, their essence persisting in the devices and contrivances of our modern world. The hammerstone, for instance, finds its spirit reborn in the thunderous jackhammer, both designed to shape and transform the world around us. The sharp edge of a flint knife, painstakingly chipped by ancient hands, is the ancestor of every blade we wield today. The spark that leaps from stone to kindle a fire is the very foundation of our mastery over warmth and light. And the bone needle, so delicately carved, gave rise to the art of tailoring, allowing our forebears to fashion garments that shielded them from the elements, a tradition that continues in every stitch sewn today. Observe the grand procession of invention, a time-lapse of ingenuity, if you will, from the first stone wheel rolling across the earth to the sleek rubber tires of our modern vehicles. Each new creation does not erase the old, but rather refines and elevates it, building upon the wisdom of ages past. Our bustling cities, with their glittering towers and ceaseless energy, are but the latest expression of an ancient ingenuity that first sparked on the African savanna. From the earliest stone chips to the marvels of modern engineering, the unbroken chain of human creativity stretches across millennia, and so we remain, now and forever, the children of the Stone Age, shaping our world with the tools we create, each innovation a testament to the enduring spirit of our species. Let us remember, with every device we hold, that we are linked by an unbroken chain to those who first dared to shape stone, spark fire, and stitch together the fabric of civilization. Thank you for watching Learning Life content. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories.